This is the Tuesday, October 28th, 2025 weather update. Alright, today, first of all, I'm going to go over all the precipitation, and I'm just going to show you how much rain our area could get. And then I'm going to show you the severe weather risk today for a portion of Texas and Louisiana and a small portion of Arkansas. And then we have some flooding to talk about. And also, we have something I've never talked about before, and that's fire weather. But first of all, I'm going to show you the precipitation for our area. So you can see this is tomorrow. We're going to see a big, massive area of precipitation, and we're going to see a lot of rain from this. If we go farther, and then if we go farther, this is, you can see we see some cold air try to come in, but it kind of gets pushed out again. And we're going to keep seeing this battle between cold and warm air. And you can see that we're seeing snow already. Snow in Maine. Like, this is like heavy snow that we're seeing over here. This is November 4th. We're already seeing snow in the United States. And we keep seeing these cold fronts with snow possible over here and over here. And then this is when we see our next round of precipitation, November 7th. I don't think we're going to have anything severe with this, but we could definitely see some flooding. Then if we go farther, as we go towards the end of the model, we're going to start to see snow. Pennsylvania, you might have some snowflakes. You might actually see snowflakes before the middle of November. And then New York, same with you. So we're going to see some snow already, and I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not saying this is very likely at all, but I wouldn't be surprised to see some snow this November for us. Okay, the severe weather risk for today, we have a marginal risk driven by damaging winds, large hail, and tornadoes. We have a marginal risk for eastern Texas, like southeast Texas, then Louisiana, big portion of Louisiana, then a small little portion of Arkansas have this severe weather risk, and it has a tornado threat. We have a 2% chance of tornadoes with that. You can see it right here. We could see some isolated tornadoes with that. And if I show you the radar, the future radar, what the radar could look like, it is around 3 o'clock. We could see these cells, or they're not that tornadic yet, but these cells will turn tornadic. This is right now 3 o'clock, then we go farther, 4, and then 5 p.m., and you can see this cell looks like it has a chance of producing tornadoes over here, and over here we could see some tornado threat. But it's overall limited because we don't see that high supercell composites, and the surface-based CAPE isn't that high, but we still have that chance that we could see some tornadoes. Later on, we start to see a line, and just when these storms are starting up, that they have the potential to have some tornadoes involved with them, and then they quickly exit. But we still, even over here, after they exit the 2%, we still have that small chance of a tornado forming there. So just be weather aware. I would say if you're even in this area, I would be aware and just keep an eye on the weather today, because things might get interesting. For those of you that are wondering about the Category 5 major hurricane that's going to hit Jamaica today or this morning, I will be putting out a short about that, so you can watch. It's going to be on my homepage, but I'm not going to talk about it in this video, but I'll have a short about it. And then tomorrow on Wednesday, we have a marginal risk, and this is a flood threat, so we could have some flooding in our area. I showed you the precipitation. You could see how much precipitation we're seeing. So whenever you see that much, we have that chance of flooding. And then if we go on Thursday, we just have a little small risk for flooding here. So not that concerning, but still keep an eye on the weather if you're in that marginal risk. And then let's just go to the day 4 outlook. This is on Friday. And then I have another thing to talk about, and that is fire weather. We have a risk for some wildfires that can get out of control. So if you don't light a fire, if you're in this red area, or even if you're in the elevated risk, but this is a critical fire risk. And by the way, these special weather statements are these are for fog. And so we have this risk, and I would just make sure that you don't light any fires, and if you do, make sure they're under control, because in this area, fires can get out of control very, very easy. And that is all the weather talk I have for you today. Please subscribe to my channel, turn notifications on, that way you don't miss out on any new videos. Again, this will be on my short. I'm going to post at the same time as this video, and it is right now approaching land as a Category 5 hurricane. So just be prepared for that, and I hope to see you on Friday, and goodbye. I'll see you in the next one.